XLI Education Study in USA assured scholarship. Contact 9881 96666.
We are in a restaurant where you can cook and eat. Well, you must be going to restaurant where people serve you. But this is the first restaurant where you can cook, have your own meal. Well, it's something sounds different, right? And the name is 63.
The whole of Indonesian vibe that we wanted to create. Nellore chapla also, we have crab masala, we have, even in veg, we have dal
But I
makhani
heard
and-
that you are giving a variety of 250.
Yes.
I mean,
So-
one will get confused, yeah. Well, welcome to my show, Trendsetter. We are in a restaurant where you can cook and eat. Well, you must be going to restaurant where people serve you. But this is the first restaurant where you can cook, have your own meal. Well, it's something sounds different, right? And the name is 63. Well, this is just not the number, but there is a reason behind it. What is the reason? We'll come to know. So please come. Let me, my camera follow you. Well, we are in the hotel. We are just getting into this restaurant. I can see, you can see the waiting area. The chairs are like fully traditional. We have, all our older age, the look is quite related to traditional look. Well, I like this kind of sculptures. I think you guys always we all miss our traditional themes, culture. So I can see the entrance part is just a very natural feeling I can get. The kind of plantation and I mean, you don't feel like that you are in a restaurant. I think I'm in some village or I'm going to my relative place and, the kind of marble, the earlier time we used to have. So I think we should go inside and let's have a look what self-cooking means here. So we are inside the hotel and we have a spokesperson who will take us a tour about the 63-degree temperature. What is the exact meaning, the theme? When I was just entering into your restaurant, I just feel a very cultured feeling, the traditional look. The name is 63, but once you come, you feel something different.
Yeah.
Like the name and the theme is totally different. How come? Like,
Firstly, welcome to 63.
Okay.
So the whole point of having this buffet place is because there's a lot of IT area, because we are in the heart of the IT base. So we wanted to have more of a space where people can come down for a lunch or a dinner and have a relaxed time and not feel like they are in a corporate structure or a commercial building again. So we wanted to keep a bit of the Bali vibe. So that's the reason a lot of the...
but I feel more of the traditional look. Like when we go to our
Yeah.
villages, our
Yeah, yeah.
houses, the looks are same.
Correct.
The
So we
chairs
kind of
sitting.
wanted the terracotta colors so that it's more relaxing when someone sits around, and so we have plantations around the place and all.
And
so
I
that's
can
the
see this all the kind of lighting looks. It's totally different.
Yeah.
These are what, like cement?
No,
like-
that's the base is a temporary structure, but then the sides are completely terracotta colors.
Terracotta color.
Yeah.
And so you have tried to give more of traditional. I can see the entrance part also. We used to have beds.
Yes, ma'am.
Teak wood ka bed.
Yes,
So this
correct.
kind of a look used to be there.
Correct.
So I think everything has been on traditional look. But
Correct.
but in your name, 63 doesn't show it.
So
but
six-
what is the theme behind 63? It's your lucky number, as you said.
Not really. So 63 degrees as such is the optimal temperature for cooking seafood, because we wanted to have a proper seafood grill, which we still have. So that's the so 63 degrees Celsius is how we came up with the name 63.
So the
that's-
temperature has to be, there is a logic behind
Yes,
it.
ma'am. So if you, while you're cooking seafood on a grill, so technically if you are doing it at 63 degrees Celsius, that's when it cooks optimally. Like it doesn't get burnt out, nor does it get messed up. So
Okay,
yeah.
so that's the reason the name is 63. So I think for normally also people who cook non-veg, they should keep that temperature 63.
For the grills, yes. So that
But
would,
people must be getting shocked. They must not be understanding the meaning exactly.
Correct.
What
So,
is 63?
Correct. But then we've been trying to explain to guests that walk in. So we keep doing that.
Okay, because you know the name and the theme is totally different. So we can just go ahead and
Yes,
I can just wanted my cameraman to come with
Yeah,
us. This background, like, you know, all these things, you know, we see in different places.
Correct.
So you were from, like, what was the idea behind it? Like, I think this
So
is a
all-
god related.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we have even Garuda statue in the corner. So these are all from Bali that we got.
So these are a god based structures
Yes,
you
ma'am.
got it.
Yes. It's a mix of the interiors and the landscape that is used in Bali. So it's a mix of
So
that.
this is the name is what do you name that?
Garuda.
This god.
This one I will have to check.
Okay. Okay, and we'll go further.
Yes.
So the design is based on the god, like.
It's a mix, ma'am. It's more of that regional vibe that we
Okay.
wanted to add.
This is, I think, temple look.
Mix look,
Mix
ma'am.
of,
It's
yeah.
not exactly.
I can see if I can show it to this. Again, it's like based on something.
The whole of Indonesian vibe that we wanted to create.
So, main you wanted to create an Indonesian
Indonesian,
vibe, Asia
Indonesian,
vibe,
yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Bali vibe.
Yes, ma'am.
So, don't need to go Bali. Come here, have your food.
Correct.
And
And
Don't
we have
miss
good
Bali.
food. We have good food. So
I mean, the kind of food which you get from Bali, you'll get it here. The
Uh,
seafood, basically. Their food culture or something.
no,
like
ma'am, the vibe is that.
the vibe,
Yeah.
the main, the theme.
The food, we have mix of regional food. So we have Nellore chapla bulso, we have crab masala, we have, even in veg, we have dal
But I
makhani
heard
and-
that you are giving a variety of 250.
Yes.
I mean,
so,
one will get confused here. And
we
the
keep-
cost is also very economical, not much.
so for veg, we are priced at 963 plus taxes. For non-veg, we are priced at 1063 plus taxes.
but the money is later part, but 250 dishes.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong,
Yes,
like
ma'am. So what we do is we keep changing it based on the feedback. So the menu that you had in January to the menu that we have now is different.
so every month
so we
250
keep
dishes
updating.
will be changed.
So we keep updating the dishes and all. So
I think the exact figure 250 we can give. You'll
it
get a
keeps
buffet
going
of
up and
250.
down. It does keep going up and down. Sometimes we do more, sometimes we do less. So it's
The
okay.
highest
That we have to keep a track of. So yeah.
250 plus we can say. So let's move here. I think from here we can go to your
We can actually go to the mess platter here.
this background.
Uh,
So I think now next this is all the buffet part.
yes, ma'am.
So the interior part, I just want a little bit on your this
Yeah,
designs. I think you can talk about something if you want to talk, like the designing part, walls, everything. I think.
So we kind of wanted the whole traditional thing so that it's kind of relaxing and it's
Yeah,
not
its
too much
ambience was really good.
Thank
And
you.
then we have again 250 variety of dishes. I think you have to take a big round. So I think you take 20-25 minutes to full your plate. What I believe.
Ma'am, on an average,
Because it takes time for a
on an
person,
average,
yeah.
by the time a guest has an entire meal, it's around 2 hours, ma'am. So,
You will take 2 hours to finish your one meal.
because we have a lot of live counters, we have cheese wheel pasta, we have
I think for 2-3 days we should not have a food and then come here actually. Or one person is finishing his food in 2 hours.
on an average, that's the time, ma'am.
The
Turnaround
kind
time.
of variety you're giving here, I mean, obviously one will be like excited to experiment everything. So one thing what I want to know, which is very much I'm excited about, self-cooking.
Ma'am,
You
yes,
know, mostly what happen is, you know, we go to the restaurant, people save it and there is no option. There are people who love to cook and
Correct.
serve. How you got this idea? From where you got this idea?
Ma'am, so while we were planning the whole menu, we wanted to have the guests who walk in, we wanted them to be engaged throughout the time. They should not feel bored or they should not be like,
I don't know 250 dishes that they'll get bored.
Matlab, so when they're around, so if there's one section like the starters where a lot of people are crowded up there. So we wanted them to rather have something else. We have pot biryani live counter. So we have the cheese wheel or the self-cooking. So the self-cooking one, we wanted to add up saying ki even if someone who doesn't have an experience in boiling water can still make a fried rice here.
So you can learn how to make fried rice. You can learn to make noodles here. The
So-
training part also being given here. Okay.
It's a self-automated thing. So you just have to go based on what is being given on the display. I would just take you around. to
Let's
that
go
place.
and find out how self-cooking is done. You can cook your fried rice noodles in the hotel, in the restaurant where you are in. So, well, you have given an option if
Yes.
somebody want to experiment and make their own food in a restaurant. If you are a chef, you never got an opportunity to cook in a restaurant. I think we should thank Dinesh. that you can come and experiment. So I think we'll have a demo. So sir, hello. I mean today aaj aap kya bana? What's your favorite dish? Fried rice or noodles? So you cook. I think it's a good opportunity for you to cook and have your own meal in the restaurant. So will you like to try? How we gonna go it?
So
कैसे
we
जाते हैं?
always,
Yeah.
so what happens is we have a display over here in the side,
Okay.
which gives you a input
Instructions,
on
like a ATM.
So if you have China in a box or India in a box, so
Huh.
when you select China in a box,
Okay.
so it kind of shows us what do you want to do. So
Okay.
you have fresh cooking. So when you select fresh cooking, it will give you options of what all can be made.
Okay.
You can make. So currently we are restricting it to fried rice and noodles, and that only veg, so that it doesn't get cross
I
contaminated.
think it looks like a self-cooking ATM machine.
Yes, ma'am. It is that. It's on a similar note.
I'll give this name. I think self-cooking ATM machine. First time in Hyderabad.
So we
Okay.
have the burnt garlic option. So
Huh.
burnt garlic fried rice option. So when we select that, portion is what it asks for. And then once it'll show you the display on what all needs to be done.
Wow.
Step by
It's
step.
just getting a feel of ATM.
So it gives us step by step of
Dalo
what
aur
needs to be
khana
done.
nikalo.
Correct. So it keeps telling us what all to be done.
Okay.
And by the end of it, it is ready. So once we start,
Huh.
it does a pre-cooking thing. So it is a preheating.
So I think chef can help us.
yeah,
or tell
yeah,
us
chef,
it.
chef is
issue.
always around.
Already you got a food ATM machine, self-cooking ATM machine. That's really interesting. We are discovering here. So if you want to make, how many dishes options are there in this?
Ma'am, so currently we are only giving veg,
Okay.
fried rice and noodles.
But in the future, how many dishes can be
So
made?
by
like-
default, it has a database of close to 100 dishes.
100 dishes,
So it
okay.
has options in veg, non-veg, Indian and Chinese, all
Okay.
of that. But right now we are only doing it for noodles and rice, fried rice, and that too veg only.
And if somebody don't want to wait, he can
They
just
can just
come
come
in
down, just
and
make
have
it.
their fried rice and eat.
Yeah,
If you don't want to take your 250 dishes,
I know they can always, everything is part of the buffet.
Okay,
So everything is part of the buffet.
okay, part of the buffet. So
Uh,
let's make it give me a small demo.
Sure,
How
ma'am.
to use this ATM machine.
So
Food
right
ATM.
now we will do the burnt garlic fried rice. So
Okay.
it will take about 10 seconds to preheat.
Okay.
So once it preheats, then we can add up whatever needs to be. It will give us step by step on what to be done. So everything is on the display.
Okay.
So even someone without any idea on what to do can do it.
The person who don't know how to cook, he can cook.
Someone who cannot boil water can also cook.
Wow.
So we have to oil a bit of oil.
Okay. Chef, keep telling him what to do.
So it gives us a time on the side on how much time has to be
The
done.
ATM machine will
Yes,
keep on
it will.
giving you signals.
Yes.
Now put this now, like a Google
Correct.
map.
Yeah, it gives all the info.
Okay. So now what do you put in?
So that
Ginger garlic. Okay. I can. All the items are there, and with the ATM machine, and the ATM machine is keep telling you put this and that. It's so a nice experiment, you know. You feel good. You're cooking in the restaurant.
So a lot of the times when we have team outings and family outings, they kind of
But it feels so relaxing. This is a good activity actually. So now you put this thing. I think the machine is keep telling, now do this, now do that. Oh wow. I will taste it. So your food will taste good.
the job done is not done.
Whatever you have, it's enough, I think. Okay, so now the cooking part is going on. Now what she said? Put vegetables.
Yeah.
This is a food ATM machine, so we are having a really great fun. Now the rice is also ready. Masalas and everything, I think they'll...
It will come step by step.
Okay, step by step, okay. Now the rice part. It's a good concept and discovery. I think in Hyderabad, somewhere else we have that. I mean, you must be
Currently
roaming
we
around
don't.
all over the city. You must have done Reiki
We've
and...
done check. We've checked before we started.
Of course, you have
And
to.
We haven't come across a place with that.
So I think it's the first restaurant was having a self-cooking ATM food machine. And that name is given by us. So that. So now what next, yeah? So the cook will also help you. You can put. Okay. So now next, she's keep
The
guiding.
fried, next to the fried garlic.
Fried garlic. You can now come
Next
in
to
the
the
picture.
spring onion.
You put like, because with the apna experiment, what
Correct,
the
correct.
machine is saying, you put, that will be different.
Correct.
You keep saying and put.
Yeah, yeah. Spring onions is the last.
Give it to sir. Yeah, एक minute.
Yeah, so the final is the spring onion. That's
Okay.
the ending.
Okay.
Tray is no plate.
So everything according to the machine you
Yes,
have done.
Yes, ma'am.
So the machine will say, okay, the things I've done.
No, it's already finished.
Okay,
So
done.
that's the final, and we have to close.
Okay.
So
Then
now
how?
once it is
Okay.
done,
Okay.
we just have to pull it to the side.
Okay.
अरे वो चम्मच से निकाल दो ऊपर से.
Okay. You have a support also.
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
अरे वाह ATM से पैसे आते थे, but the first time we are seeing the machine, like
Yes.
the ATM is giving you food also. ATM machine.
So once this is done, so that's the fried rice. Please have a
Wow.
taste and let us know.
Self-made. I mean, I have not made, but okay. So let's taste it.
So wash.
It really worked.
That's very.
I don't believe it. I'm having a fried rice from a self-made, self-cooking food ATM
Walk
machine. And it gives you like a restaurant feel only.
Yes.
I must say. It's yummy. Great. I mean, I just thought, the food will come like normal jo घर पे बनाते, but I think you got.
Because we have a preset menu for every dish.
It's
so
good.
Everything is on par with
We'll
what
finish
we
it
get.
later, but I'm
Yes,
not going to give and share.
And right next to it, we have the cheese wheel pasta. So
Okay.
usually the cheese wheel pasta is part of the.
This you're talking
Yes,
about?
ma'am. So this
What's
is
this?
This is a 35 kilos cheese.
Okay.
So cheese it's always made in the form of wheels. So it's
Okay.
a 35 kilos cheese wheel.
So inside that you make? Or
So what we do is we first toss the pasta in a pan, and once it is done, we add a bit of heated olive oil in that, so that the cheese kind of melts, and then we add the pasta into it and stir it around.
And then you make
yes,
it.
ma'am. And we stir it around, and then we add it so that the pasta from the side, the cheese from the side, kind of gets added to the pastas, and it
Wow.
tastes good. I'll ask them to make it.
Little bit. Very small quantity. I don't want to waste food. I'm against that. So very little, 2 spoon just a demo.
Yes.
So I'll tell my cameraman, this is the way of making new technology. You can make your delicious pastas. The
Honestly,
secret.
it's been there for a while. I mean, it's been there since the time the pizzas. I mean,
But we have not seen most of the time
Okay.
that you can make your cheese like this. I mean, in the restaurant, they have not
They don't
come out of this secret.
Because the pricing wise, it's a lot. So honestly, each of these wheels cost about 70,000.
Okay.
So-
How long this cheese goes like?
Based on the number of
Demand.
guests and all that. So currently, we are doing only for veg pasta on that.
So they'll like
They'll make the pasta on the
pasta and
pan.
then just to put it, just to get the
so that
feel.
so that it'll kind of scoop out all the cheese from the side. So that's how it works.
You're making all my favorite dishes today. Fried rice and the veg pasta. I'm a vegetarian.
Wow.
And you have an open kitchen, which I really liked it. Like the open
Yes, ma'am.
space you have given.
So the live content
Somebody
we wanted guests to see what is going on the back end also, so that they are also sure that the food is nice and
Yeah.
is
So you have a
proper.
section international. I can tell my camera. Okay, let them finish
Yeah.
this part. You have matka biryanis also.
Yes, ma'am. We have pot biryani on the side.
Later we'll go there also.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the final part will be here.
Yes.
That's the most important part. You can have a feel of cheese.
Because the pasta is already hot, it kind of melts down the cheese.
Flavor.
It melts down the cheese from the side, and we also scoop out a bit so that overall the plate has good enough of cheese.
Oh wow. And if the customer want more of cheese, he can ask.
Yeah, they can
okay,
always do that. Yeah,
and let's
it's totally
yeah,
customizable.
customize. So now the pasta is also ready.
Yes.
We are actually doing a self cooking here.
We just have to ask what we want and they'll get it done.
Wow. So what we call it is this.
This is a cheese wheel, ma'am.
So we can say cheese wheel.
Yes, ma'am. It's actually a cheese wheel pasta.
Cheese wheel pasta.
Yes, ma'am.
You can take the shot. So this is something
Bajima
different
rakho.
pasta we have heard about, but this is cheese wheel pasta. Oh, you want me to taste this
Yes,
also? Oh God! Today I am on the taster side. No doubt, yummy. My interview, I don't know will get over or not. I'll start eating. मैं अपना एक plate. I'm just collecting
Yeah,
my
yeah.
plate.
We'll
It's yummy.
thank you.
So here in this restaurant, we have discovered the ATM food machine. We discovered the wheel pasta. Now there is a 63-degree signature center. What is like pot biryani, live counter.
So we
You've
have-
given more of live food.
Yes, ma'am. So with the pot biryani, the usual method of making is with all the charcoal and all. And for a commercial operation, that would be too much of a smoke for the guests. So we didn't
Okay.
want to disturb on that.
Okay.
While we were seeing what all the other options that we have, we came across the grilled chicken that we have, so which uses a rotisserie, so that the whole flame distributes the temperature evenly. So we came up with something on that. So we customized the whole of the rotisserie as
in that
per.
biryani.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's ready to take.
No, ma'am. So what we do is once we place the order, they make a portion of that on the live tawa, and then they add a bit of ghee and keep it for dum inside, so that the ghee kind of
So these are pot
mixes up.
biryanis.
Yes, ma'am. So presently we are only doing non-veg. We
Okay.
also have veg when placed an order. In the live counters, we have non-veg. Veg ka whenever guests ask, we get it made, we send it across.
I mean,
That's
I had a really wonderful time with you, like ajwain tawa fried fish.
So that's the-
Hari wali. Matlab, the names also you have experimented.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
different names. Mustard tawa fish, hari wali,
Haryali. So that's the Haryali tawa.
Haryali
fried
tawa fish.
So, cause we wanted to have more of the seafood grills and all that, so we have a seafood grill counter in the back, and based on the order, they make it then and
So
there.
the
and
live
make it.
counter is also there.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see your food,
Yes,
how they are cooking, what they wanted. That option also
Yes,
there.
ma'am. That's
I
also
think people can have fun. The mental exercise also. You are not just taking the food and
Yes, ma'am.
eating. You are making them involved.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
some work.
We wouldn't say it as
Some
work,
people-
something
some
that they
people
kind of
like
like. Yes, ma'am.
People who have love for food, they wanted to come these places
Yes.
and wanted to see what they are eating, right? So
So we have for biryani right now we have options of chicken 65 biryani, ulab charu biryani, chicken biryani, and ghee roast prawns biryani.
wow.
So please let us know which one you would want to try. We will get that.
I'm a vegetarian.
So I will get the veg pot biryani for you
We'll
on your table.
Chalo, we'll see that.
will be sent across.
but that was wonderful experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Having a self-cooking ATM, then I had a wheel pasta, then you have a live kitchen and tasting the food. That was the best part.
Thank you.
But it's a good initiative. I love the ambience. So keep going.
Thank you.
And I think this is your first branch in Hyderabad?
Yes, ma'am. We plan to come up in Vijayawada also. That will mostly be by this summer. And in March, we plan to do a mango food fest. So that's going to be our. So till now, we haven't done much of a marketing. It's been
I
very
don't know. I
organic.
don't need marketing. I mean, people
It's
are
been
already
only organic.
saying people are waiting. And for one person to complete a meal, you need 2 hours. And people are sitting for 3 hours also finishing their lunch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you said 2:30 they are coming and going at 5 o'clock.
Ma'am, that's a trade secret. That
I mean-
we are happy to have hosts. Yes.
Of course,
we are
you
always
take
happy
time.
to-
You're
yes,
giving
ma'am.
so much of variety
Yes,
and the prices are also good. So I think more branches in Hyderabad. And how celebrities are responding, like from Hyderabad, big personalities.
Honestly,
Yeah.
as of yet, we had Johnny Master come yesterday, and in between we had few from the
Celebrities,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, from-
Few from the cinemas and some from the serials also. So, yeah.
They all, of course, said good only.
But
right?
then they wanted to have their own space, so we usually don't kind of
Yeah.
promote it saying that they were here
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
wanted them. It needs to be like a
enjoy the-
safe space
yeah,
for them
for
also
them.
that they come down, have a meal, and
Good. That's a good initiative. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I had a really wonderful tour.
and we will definitely have
Will.
more dishes on your table.
No, I'm happy with your ATM
I
and
don't
yours
know. We will have more options. We will definitely have more.
Chalo, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was really interesting. I think you have explored something different. You must have seen so many restaurants. People are covering a lot of restaurants, but this restaurant is really different. In the way I discovered self-cooking ATM food machine, which you have never, pasta on wheels and pot biryani, the live ambience. I think a lot of things in a one place. I love the place. You will also love the place. For more updates, keep watching iDream.